What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be installing blue DRLs on my 2023 C8 Corvette. Now I got these new DRL light modules from Paragon Performance, so y'all be sure to check them out if you want to pick up a set. They have the DRL light modules in blue, yellow, and red on their website to change your DRLs into pretty much whichever color you really want to run on these cars. And if you don't know what the DRLs look like normally, there you go. Just little thin white light strips. Kind of cool, but probably going to be a lot cooler once they're actually blue. So starting off the install, we're going to actually have to get access to our battery. So we're going to have to remove this little panel right here, little panel on the other side, and then the entire middle panel to gain access to our battery. That's like right there. Then this one should come up pretty easy. All these panels pop up super easy. I guess they assume you're gonna need access to it fairly often because, you know, they've shoved pretty much everything back behind here. All right, so now we can have access to our negative terminal on our battery and just take a little 10 millimeter, loosen that and pop that thing off so we don't get any weird codes or the theft alarm going off from lifting it up or anything that we really don't want going on. Done. And then the last thing that we're going to be doing up here is removing this little 10 millimeter attached to this little aluminum panel. Don't really know where to put my gun. We're just going to put it on the ground. It's kind of dirty. And now we're pretty much just going to jack up the car and remove the wheels so that we can gain access to all the bolts that hold in the fender liner. All the lug nuts are out and wheel is coming off. Now we're going to start off with removing the fender liner by first removing this little mud flap. I guess that's what they call it right here. It pretty much just has a little 7 millimeter on the bottom, and then the rest just kind of pulls off. So that's easy enough. And then we also have another 7 millimeter that is right up under here that we're going to have to go ahead and remove. Let's see if I can get up in there somewhere like right there. Bam. Now after removing that little splash shield and the 7s, the only thing that holds in the entire fender liner is just a bunch of T15s like that. So I think there's like 15 or 16 of them, and I'm gonna go ahead and get all those out, pull the fender liner off, and we'll be right back. And as you can see, the fender liner is now out of the way and we have access to more stuff up in here. So next up, we're gonna be having to remove this little aluminum bracket right here. So we already removed that bolt whenever we disconnected the battery. So next up we have to remove this bolt, which you have to get to on the back side of that. And then we're going to also remove those 3 nuts to actually remove this little piece right here. You know, this would also probably be a good time to clean your calipers up front, especially if you have like red or yellow like me, because they're not like all that dirty, but that could definitely be cleaned. All right, now once you get those 3 little nuts right there off that I have in my hand, you're gonna wanna be careful because these are just bolts and they will just fall out whenever you go to remove stuff. But before we actually remove this little thing, we do have to disconnect these 2 little push pins right here that are holding the wiring harness attached to it, or you're not gonna be able to get that out. And finally, with all of this out of the way, we can access our DRL module right here. Now it just has 2 T20s on each side that we're gonna have to remove and then pull that out and disconnect it. T20s are out and this thing should just kind of pop out of here, I would think. Come on now. Oh, there we go. Now I think we're gonna wanna be very careful with this. I don't know how fragile these things are, but I'm assuming they're pretty fragile. Looks to me like it's just a simple depressed clip on the back, maybe? I don't know, I'm gonna use 2 hands. Let's see if I can get this. And just like that, we have our old headlight DRL module out of the car, and we're gonna be replacing it with our new blue DRL module. All right, got it all clipped in. Like I said, be very careful with all of this. It seems very fragile, I'm not gonna lie. And you really don't wanna mess up and break anything, because these headlights and DRLs, they're just not exactly the cheapest thing in the world. All right, so I think that's pretty much all the way in. Now we can just add some bolts. Bam, I think she's in. And that's how simple it is to change out the DRL modules on the C8 Corvette. Not really all that bad. I think start to finish, it'll take you about 1 to 2 hours to do both sides at your own house, even if you're not that mechanically inclined, because there's really not that much going on. As long as you're careful whenever you're removing the DRL module and not break anything, like these little pins, those might be a little bit fragile. But other than that, pretty straightforward. Now I'm ready to put everything back together on this side and then tackle that side. Then once we have both of them fully installed, connect the battery back up and see how these things look on the Rapid Blue C8 Corvette. All right, guys, so I got everything all buttoned up on the C8 and it's now time to see what these blue running lights look like. So we're just gonna hit the unlock button and check it out. Woo-hoo-hoo, my gosh. Dude, that is, hold on, let me turn off the actual headlights themselves. We're gonna put just the running lights on. Dude, that is so sick. I don't know if it's legal, but that is absolutely awesome. Ho, ho, ho. Well, there you have it, guys. We successfully installed the blue DRLs on the C8. It was actually pretty easy, and these do look freaking awesome. So if you want to peel a pair, be sure to check out paragonperformance.com. I'll have the link in the description below, so be sure to check that out. Now, I'm not really sure if these are legal. Honestly, I'm kind of tipping in the side that they're not legal, because I don't think you're supposed to have any kind of blue light or red light on the front of the vehicle. So that might be a problem in the future. We're gonna see if we get pulled over. Probably will. But I'm gonna try to figure out a way to keep the DRLs off while I'm driving. I don't know if that's possible. I'm gonna have to look it up on the C8. But if we can do that, then that'll be awesome. And just have these at like car shows or whenever I'm parked. But anyways, guys, that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.